All right, let's talk about something real. Have you ever felt that? That powerful pull towards someone, only to be slammed with an even stronger urge to just run away? It's this crazy paradox, right? The deep desire for love, butting heads with a paralyzing fear of it. Well, today, we're going to put a name to that feeling. We're diving into what's known as philophobia.
I mean, it's a question so many of us have bumped into at some point. You meet someone new, things are clicking, it feels good, and then boom. Some kind of internal alarm system just starts blaring, and all you want to do is back away. So what's going on there? Why does that happen?
Really, when you get right down to it, it's this huge internal battle. It's your heart, craving that connection, versus your brain, which has this super powerful instinct to protect you at all costs. And when that fear of what could go wrong starts to feel way heavier than the hope of what could go right, well, that's what stops us dead in our tracks.
So what exactly is this? Because let's be clear, this is way more than just getting cold feet before a big date. We're talking about something much deeper.
Okay, so the official term is philophobia, and the definition is pretty straightforward. It's an intense and irrational fear of falling in love or getting emotionally attached. Now, the two words you really got to hang on to there are intense and irrational. This isn't just being a little careful. We're talking about a level of anxiety that can feel totally overwhelming, like it's taking over. And it's all sparked by the idea of letting someone in.
And we really need to be clear about what this is and what it isn't. Philophobia is all about an anxiety-fueled fear of being vulnerable. It's not the same as being smart and cautious after you've had your heart broken, and it's definitely not just being picky or having high standards. This is a pattern, an active, repeating cycle of hitting the brakes right when things are about to get serious.
So, to really get a handle on this, we've got to ask, where does a fear like this even come from? Because, spoiler alert, it almost never just pops up out of the blue. It's usually got roots, roots that go back to our past experiences.
And yeah, these causes are almost always super personal. I mean, think about it. A really bad heartbreak, that can leave a serious scar that makes the idea of opening up again absolutely terrifying. Or maybe it's a deep fear of rejection or being abandoned, something that might even go all the way back to childhood. That can make getting close to someone feel like you're taking a massive, unacceptable risk. And sometimes it's tied to a more general anxiety disorder that just, it affects everything.
There's this quote that just nails it. "The walls I built to protect me also became my prison." Wow. That really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The very thing you do to keep yourself safe from getting hurt ends up being the thing that traps you, that keeps you isolated from the very connection you want so badly.
Okay, so we've talked about the what and the why, but how does this all actually play out in real life? What are the signs? What does it look and feel like when it's happening?
Well, it often unfolds in this really predictable and honestly painful spiral. Step 1, you meet someone new, and it's exciting. There's a real connection. Step 2, things start to get a little more serious, a little deeper. And that's when step 3 hits. The alarm system goes off. Big time. Intense fear and anxiety just take over. And that leads to step 4. You start overthinking everything, second-guessing, and then you pull away. You retreat back to what feels safe, even if it's lonely.
In this anxiety, it's not just in your head. Oh no, it shows up physically. Your heart might start racing. You could feel super restless, can't sit still. Just talking about the future or having a really deep conversation can bring on this feeling of complete panic. It's literally your body's fight or flight response screaming, "Danger, get out!"
And the result of all this, it can be this deep, profound feeling of loneliness. You're caught in this constant war with yourself, wanting love so badly, but having this powerful instinct to run from it. And that is just an incredibly lonely and exhausting way to live.
But, and this is a really big but, it doesn't have to be this way forever. This is not a life sentence. Just recognizing the fear is a huge first step. And the good news is, there is absolutely a path forward. There's hope. Because here's the thing you have to remember. This fear doesn't have to have the final say. Fear is powerful, for sure, but it doesn't have to be the one driving the car. You can learn to take back the wheel.
So how do you actually do that? Well, there are a few really solid approaches. First up, therapy. Things like CBT or cognitive behavioral therapy are amazing for helping you spot and change those negative thought patterns that are fueling the fear. Then there are coping strategies, learning skills to manage the anxiety right when it hits. And for some people, if the anxiety is really severe, medication can be a really helpful tool to get things on an even keel.
The bottom line is, with the right kind of support, whether that's from a great therapist, understanding friends, or patient partner, you can absolutely work through these fears.
You can start to take down those walls, brick by brick, and learn how to build the healthy, strong, and loving connections that you really do deserve.
So I'm just going to leave you with this one final question to chew on. What if the greatest risk isn't falling in love and getting hurt? What if the greatest risk is never taking the risk at all? Living a life behind those walls, never giving yourself the chance to find out what could be. It's something to think about, isn't it?